Why do humans want to pet everything? Have you ever looked at a puppy, a kitten, or even a particularly round baby seal and felt an overwhelming, sudden urge to just squish it? Maybe you've clenched your jaw, balled up your fists, or even muttered something like, "It's so cute, I could just crush it." If you have, you are not alone. And more importantly, you aren't a psychopath. You are experiencing a very real, very heavily researched psychological phenomenon known as cute aggression. But cute aggression is just the tip of the iceberg when it comes to the bizarre relationship humans have with other animals. We are the only species on Earth that routinely adopts, feeds, and forms deep emotional bonds with completely different, often completely useless, species. Think about it. A dog doesn't hunt for you anymore. A cat certainly doesn't pay rent. Yet, we spend billions of dollars a year on organic pet food, memory foam dog beds, and tiny sweaters. We let these animals sleep in our beds and mourn them like family members when they die. From a strict evolutionary standpoint, this makes absolutely no sense. Why would an apex predator waste precious time, energy, and resources raising an animal that doesn't pass on its genes? Why do humans want to pet everything? To answer that, we have to travel back tens of thousands of years to the very origins of human civilization, and we have to look deep inside our own brains to understand the weird, wiring glitch that makes us fall in love with fuzzy faces. Let's start with the strange phenomenon of cute aggression. Why does seeing something adorable make us want to bite it? In 2015, researchers at Yale University coined the term cute aggression to describe this exact feeling. They discovered that when humans see something incredibly cute, like a baby animal with large eyes, a round face, and a chubby body, our brains are flooded with massive, overwhelming amounts of positive emotion. The surge of dopamine and oxytocin is so intense that the brain essentially shorts out. It becomes overwhelmed by the positive stimulus. To prevent us from being completely incapacitated by cuteness, the brain throws an emotional emergency brake. It counteracts the extreme positive emotion with a flash of negative, aggressive emotion. This is known in psychology as a dimorphous expression. It's the exact same reason people cry when they are overwhelmingly happy or laugh nervously in the middle of a terrifying situation. The brain is desperately trying to restore emotional equilibrium. So it sends out a signal. Squeeze it, bite it, crush it. This aggressive impulse helps ground us, bringing our emotional state back down to a manageable level so we can actually function and take care of the cute thing, rather than just staring at it in a paralyzed state of awe. Have you ever experienced cute aggression with your own pets? Let me know in the comments below. I'm curious to hear what weird, intrusive thoughts your brain has given you when your cat or dog does something undeniably adorable. So, we know why we want to squeeze cute things. But what actually makes something cute in the first place? The answer lies in our own evolutionary biology. Humans are hardwired to respond to specific physical traits: large heads relative to body size, big forward-facing eyes, chubby cheeks, and clumsy movements. Sound familiar? These are the exact features of human infants. Biologists call this the baby schema, or kinshishima. Because human babies are born incredibly helpless and require years of intense care to survive, evolution had to ensure that adult humans would actually want to take care of them. The baby schema triggers an automatic, instinctual caregiving response in the adult human brain. When we see those features, our brains release a massive dose of oxytocin, the love and bonding hormone. The problem, or perhaps the beautiful accident, is that our brains aren't very good at distinguishing between a human baby and a baby animal that shares those exact same physical traits. When a human looks at a puppy with big eyes and a clumsy walk, our brain gets tricked. It fires off the exact same maternal or paternal instincts it would for a human child. We are biologically hijacked by cuteness. But our desire to keep pets goes far beyond just getting hijacked by a puppy's big eyes. The human-animal bond is one of the oldest and most successful evolutionary partnerships on the planet. Let's look at dogs. The domestication of the dog happened somewhere between 20,000 and 40,000 years ago. Long before we invented agriculture, long before we built cities, we teamed up with wolves. Early humans and ancient wolves were actually competitors. We hunted the same prey in the same environments. But at some point, the bravest, or perhaps the friendliest, wolves realized that hanging around human camps was an easy way to get leftover food. In return, these wolves provided humans with an early warning system against predators and rival tribes. Over generations, a remarkable process of coevolution occurred. The wolves that were the most docile and friendly were allowed to stay close to the camp. They bred, passing on those friendly genes. Eventually, they evolved into the dogs we know today. But it wasn't just the dogs that changed. Humans changed, too. Studies have shown that when a human and a dog make eye contact, both the human and the dog experience a spike in oxytocin. We evolved a chemical feedback loop with an entirely different species. This cross-species bonding is entirely unique in the animal kingdom. If you are enjoying this deep dive into the evolutionary psychology of pets, please drop a like on this video. It tells the algorithm that you appreciate well-researched science, and it really helps the channel grow. While dogs were domesticated as hunting partners and guards, the story of cats is completely different. Cats essentially domesticated themselves. Around 10,000 years ago, when humans invented agriculture, we started storing massive amounts of grain. This grain attracted mice and rats. The mice and rats attracted wild cats. Humans quickly realized that having cats around was incredibly beneficial for pest control, so we tolerated them. We didn't train them to hunt with us, and we didn't use them to guard our camps. We just let them hang out and eat the mice. Because they weren't subjected to the same intense, selective breeding as dogs, modern domestic cats are genetically very similar to their wild ancestors. This is why your house cat still acts like a solitary apex predator, even though its only real prey is a laser pointer. But what about today? In the modern world, our dogs don't need to guard our camps, and our cats don't need to protect our grain silos. Yet, pet ownership is higher than ever. Why do we still want to pet everything? The answer is that in the modern era, pets have transitioned from working animals to emotional support systems. Human society has changed faster than human biology. We evolved to live in small, tight-knit, highly cooperative tribes. Today, many of us live in isolated apartments in massive, anonymous cities. We are more technologically connected than ever, but we are also experiencing an epidemic of loneliness. Pets fill that evolutionary void. They provide unconditional love, physical touch, and a sense of routine. Studies have repeatedly shown that petting an animal lowers blood pressure, reduces the stress hormone cortisol, and increases the production of serotonin and dopamine. In a world that is increasingly complex, stressful, and chaotic, a pet offers something simple and profound, a biological anchor. They tether us to the natural world. When you pet a dog or a cat, you are engaging in a ritual that is tens of thousands of years old. You are satisfying a deep, primal urge to connect with another living creature. Furthermore, caring for a pet gives us a sense of purpose. Humans are natural caregivers. Because our own children take so long to mature, our caregiving instincts are incredibly powerful and long-lasting. When we don't have children to care for, or when our children grow up and leave home, those caregiving instincts don't just disappear. We project them onto our pets. We dress them up, we celebrate their birthdays, and we talk to them in high-pitched voices, the exact same way we talk to human babies. If you find the hidden history behind human behavior as fascinating as I do, make sure to hit that subscribe button. We dive into the strange psychology and evolutionary quirks that make us who we are, and you won't want to miss the next one. So, the next time you feel the overwhelming urge to squish a cute puppy, or you find yourself having a full conversation with your cat, don't feel weird about it. You are simply acting out millions of years of evolutionary programming. We want to pet everything because our survival as a species has always depended on our ability to nurture, to connect, and to cooperate. Our capacity to love animals is just a byproduct of the incredible empathy that allowed us to conquer the globe. Thanks for watching. What is the weirdest thing your pet does that makes you love them even more? Let me know in the comments, and I'll see you in the next one.